Sometimes the place that we call waiting on God is actually a place where fear has convinced us to hide. And here's the thing, we're not hiding because we don't love God, and we're not hiding because we don't have faith. The reality of it is that when we think about stepping forward, it's very vulnerable. And that vulnerability can be terrifying. And we are not physically hiding, but sometimes we are emotionally hiding. We are spiritually hiding. Sometimes we're even hiding our voice, our dreams, or the parts of ourselves that once felt confident. And, I'm just sitting here and I'm paying my life forward because God is still saying we still show up, we still love Him, we still believe, but deep down, we've pulled back. We speak less, we risk less, we reveal less. And often underneath that hiding is something very, very real. And you know what it is? It's fear. Fear of being hurt again, fear of being rejected, fear of being criticized, fear of being misunderstood, fear of hoping again. And so today, I want to share a message that I am paying forward. I want to talk about the connection between hiding and fear and how God gently calls us out of hiding and back into the life that He designed for us. Now, let me give us a foundational scripture. This is one that is powerfully reminding us of God's presence in every season that comes. It's Psalms 139, 7 through 10. And here is where David, and that is the writer of the psalm, he says, "Where shall I go from your spirit? Or where shall I flee from your presence? If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there, your hand, oh my Lord, your hand, it shall hold me." And here's where I believe David is realizing something very profound. There is nowhere that you or I can go where God cannot reach us. You ever hear the saying, God's arms aren't too short? They're not. He can reach us in every hidden season. So let us consider how fear often teaches us to hide. Most people do not start out hiding. I want you to take that in. Hiding is something that we learn over time, and we learn it through experiences. For example, rejection, betrayal, disappointment, criticism, and seasons where things just didn't work out the way that we thought or the way that we planned. The way we believe and the way we see things, after enough painful moments, our heart begins to protect us. And protection often looks like withdrawal. And that is where the hiding begins. Instead of us sharing everything, we start holding things back. Instead of stepping forward confidently, we become cautious. I think this is resonating with someone who's watching. I just believe that in my heart right now. Instead of allowing ourselves to be fully seen, we reveal only certain parts of ourselves. And here's what I want you to know. Hiding becomes a way of saying, I don't want to be hurt like that again. I just cannot take another betrayal. I can't stand to be rejected again. And here's another point that I want us to consider. Consider how fear shrinks our visibility. Do you get that? The more we shrink back, the less seen we are. And fear has a subtle way of convincing us that staying small is actually wisdom. We begin telling ourselves things like, I'll just stay in the background. I don't need to say anything. Someone else can do that. And over time, fear begins shrinking our visibility, not just in public spaces, but sometimes, now this is where it hurts me, sometimes even in our personal relationships and our spiritual lives. But here's something important that I want us to remember. And I want you to know that I'm going first in this and I'm paying it forward. Fear may delay movement, but it cannot cancel your calling. Your purpose does not disappear because you went through a season of hiding. God, the creator of heaven and earth, He has not forgotten you. He has not forgotten the gifts that He's placed on the inside of you. So here I'll ask this question. Have you ever considered that God is not intimidated by your hiding? One of the most beautiful truths in scripture is that God does not abandon people when they hide. Instead, the God that loves us, the God that sees, the God that knows, he pursues us. He pursues us with passion and love. And throughout the Bible, we see God calling people out of hidden places. And it's not with condemnation, it is always by invitation. And that's exactly what David was reflecting on in Psalms 139, 7 through 10. Even when we try to go far away, even when we withdraw emotionally, even when we feel like if we just disappear just for a little while, I want you to know that God is still there, right there with us. And that means something very important. Your hidden season did not remove you from God's reach. Now let's consider this. I want us to gear up as we approach this. Hidden seasons, as seasons where healing can take place, I want you to know it's possible that even while you're hiding, those hiding seasons, they're not wasted. And sometimes hidden seasons become moments where God restores things internally. In quiet seasons, God may be rebuilding your confidence, restoring your identity, and clarifying your purpose. You see, life and experiences may have formed you, but God will get you back to your restored, born identity. And sometimes God does deep work in private places before calling us forward again. This is where we are becoming her again, coming out of hiding into our healing, living the Zoe. So if you've been in a season where you stepped back, or you found yourself to be quiet, or you've even withdrew for just a little while, it does not automatically mean that you failed. Sometimes it just simply means that God, he is doing a restorative work in you. Now let God gently lead us. This is me. I'm a part of it and I'm paying it forward. The final part of the scripture says something that is so incredibly encouraging. David says, even there, your hand is still with me. Your hand shall lead me and your right hand shall hold me. I want you to notice the language that David is using. God leads. He does not rush us out of hiding. He does not shame us for needing time. He leads us step by step, day by day, one day at a time, stepping on the light that's in front of us. He's rebuilding our courage. He's rebuilding our trust. He's rebuilding our confidence in his presence. And eventually, the woman who once hid begins to step forward again. And that would be me. Can I leave you with a few reflection questions? I want you to sit with these questions. And I want you to pray that the Lord will speak to your heart as you are coming out of hiding. When did you first begin to hide parts of yourself? Ask yourself that question. What fears might still be influencing how you show up today? And is God inviting you to step forward in an area where you've been holding back? Now, here's my encouragement to you. I'm telling you, I'm paying this forward because I'm walking this journey right alongside with you. I want you to consider if you recognize yourself in this conversation in any kind of way, and if you've been in a season where you've pulled back, where fear has caused you to hide parts of yourself, I want you to remember something. God is not absent. He's not absent in that season. He is with you. He is present. And according to what Psalms 139, 7 through 10 says, even in the farthest place, God, I want you to take this in. He can reach you. His hand is still there. It is still leading you. It is still leading me. And your hidden season, it does not disqualify you, and it doesn't change his mind about what he wants to do in and through your life. It may simply be a part of the journey of you becoming her again. I want you to know that I am paying forward this conversation in hopes that you will see that this season, it doesn't have to stop here. I've written a devotional, Hiding in Fear, which has deeper scripture and reflection and journal prompts. It is currently available on Amazon. It's in digital and in print. And I've also offered a journal that will help you when you are sitting with God in your private time. The link will be below in the description. Now, I want you to remember, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know how you are coming out of hiding. And I also want you to turn on your notifications, because each Sunday night at 8:30 p.m., I do a weekly reset that is faith-filled. And each Monday night at 8:30, I release up an encouraging message about becoming her again, coming out of hiding, walking into the healing that God promised you, and living the Zoe life. So until next week, I want to encourage you to keep becoming her again.